Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Choni. Here I react to all kinds of music, most importantly, my alt groups, SB19, Got 7, Ace, and B2B. And a bunch more groups that I absolutely have been enjoying the journey with. If you enjoy my videos, then please consider liking the video and also subscribing to my channel, and make sure to turn on those alerts so that way you get notified of whenever I post a video. I also have additional content on my Patreon if you're interested. There are different tiers in Patreon. You can go check it out, where I have different tiers for survival shows versus album listens versus reality variety show content, and also dramas. Each tier will tell you what content is currently available to watch, and also album listens are available for a one-time purchase if you do not want to subscribe to the tier but instead just want to watch a one-off album review, album listen. I hope you guys enjoy my reactions, and other than that, let's get on to the video. What is up, everyone? Okay, we are getting into the new release, the new song. I'm I'm honestly very excited, but it's like 11, it's past 11 p.m. for me. It's like literally like right after the music video was released, so I'm a bit tired because it's past my bedtime to say the least. I like I was just thinking, like, I think it's funny because most of I feel like most of like BBQs, like most of like Josh bias 18 are very much like Josh and like very much like vampires and stay up all night and stuff. And I'm like the complete opposite. Like, I get up at 6 a.m. to like record and edit before I start work at 9 o'clock. So I'm usually in bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like, I mean, I don't go to sleep until like 10:30, 11, depending on like how tired I am. But I'm definitely like, as you can see, like I have my makeup off, like I'm wearing my PJs right now. Like, I very much like am time to go to bed mode, you know what I mean? So bear with me. But before I go to bed, I really wanted to get to, hold on. Let me turn this down a little bit. Before I go to bed, I really wanted to get to the teaser. Firstly, the teaser, the music video teaser. I haven't watched this yet because by the time I was going to get to the teaser, I was like, you know what? I might as well just wait until the music video drops, and then I'll just do it in like one big reaction rather than separating it out, you know what I mean? So I just decided to hold off. So we're gonna watch the MV teaser for Damn, and then we're gonna get into the music video. So I'm super excited. Um Excited as I can be despite it being, like, bedtime, you know what I mean? But anyway, also, sincerely apologize. As you guys may know, I was sick last week. So I made, like, a little community post that I might be a bit late on reactions. Turned out that that cold was actually the flu. So yeah, that was fun. I was basically, like, dying for, like, 4 days, 5 days, just dealing with the fever and all that fun stuff, so I still have a bit of sick voice. You can kinda, like, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I still have a bit of sick voice, and I'm still coughing a bit, so, like, I sincerely apologize if I, like, cough throughout watching these videos. I don't mean to, it's just I feel like I'm probably gonna have this cough for a while. But anyway, other than that, let's watch the teaser. I'm really excited because I think they really put a lot of time, effort, and energy into this comeback. Like, you can just see in, like, the quality of the teasers and the concept photos and stuff like that, that, just the ideas behind it. I know in, like, the first teaser that they dropped that I watched, that I had reacted to, I had said that it was giving me fairy tale vibes. In particular, I was thinking like Snow White, especially with like the apple and stuff. And then as I was thinking about it more, it then gave me more of like a biblical vibe. Like the story of Adam and Eve and being tempted by the devil and, eating the apple. And so then I was kind of thinking that vibe. But then the concept photos came out and I started getting more of like a Game of Thrones vibe, Lord of the Rings maybe, where like it's this very like fantasy, fantastical world. Um, especially Justin in particular, like he just gave me such like warlock vibes. Like me and my one friend were actually like talking about how he kind of reminded us of Merlin in particular for some reason. But I also can kind of see a bit of like holy war kind of concept going on as well, with like the fight for the Holy Grail or like something like that. So I'm very, very interested where exactly this is going to lead. I was watching a bit of their YouTube live that they had before the MV drop, and I didn't wanna watch too much because I didn't wanna get spoiled by anything, but they were talking about, how it's very open to interpretation, which I absolutely love. I think, you know, it's totally normal to have, like, an idea in your head of what exactly you're trying to portray in your art, but the fun of it is letting others interpret for themselves and seeing what kind of interpretations they come up with, you know what I mean? So, I think that's, like, one of the fun parts about music and, like, concepts and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very, very interested to see, like, what exactly is gonna go down, in the teaser and then the music video. But watch let words. Let's watch the teaser first. Sorry guys, I'm just when I say that I'm very much, like, ready for bed, I'm very much ready for bed. Jeez, okay. Yeah, I don't know, I just, like again, like, very much, again, giving me, like, a mix of Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, kind of, oh my god, Knights Templar, kinda like, bro, King Arthur? Jesus. Sorry, I could not think of that. Like, King Arthur, like, in the round table, you know what I mean? I don't know, I just very fantasy vibes. I'm here for it though, like, genuinely. And I'm glad that I can just go straight into the music video and not, like, freak out over the teaser and how I have to wait. I can just get straight into it and, like, maybe I'll still have questions, I don't know, but, like, at least I get to watch the music video. Okay, let's go. Sorry, I apologize.
Ano bang pakiramdam? Dati lang, payapa, malaya at puno ng pagmamahal ang lahat. Naglaho ng dahil sa makamundong kasakiman.
Okay,
Paano ko ba
so that does tell me that it's, like, Adam and Eve eating the apple, like, before they were tempted. everything was peaceful and they were living in ignorance, right? Like, they had no concept of good and evil, and then they were tempted by evil and they became knowledgeable, and then that leads to free will and sin and right? Okay, very
Ingatan ang
interesting.
kayuda kung ang kapaligiran na ang kalaban. Paano ba hihigitan pa ang dulo ng kabutihan? At paano ba wawakasan ang isang bagay na hindi naman nagawang simulan? Ano bang
Hmm.
pakiramdam?
This is ugly. But alam mo naman, dami like it. Then again, sa micey. Kahit na ano pa yan, come bite me. Ba't siya ka nadudo pag may dumating na maitim na ulap ako kikiligin? Kung tutok sa positibo ay baka lang praning. Kasi pag realidad na ang harang, agad nagising.
Anong pakiramdam pamanik sa walang hanggang hagpan? Di ba
Ken with his like,
tamang katapusan ang lahat na isip
oh,
dito? Sa hindi po lahat tinipon kahit hindi ka nagdagdagito. Dahil sa isa Ikaw ko nang tamalasan ay nag-aabang.
Itama sa aking mga mata ang mga bagay na hindi mo nakikita.
Ang kalubak ang pag ako'y nangarap, kasatulan may di ba titina? Eto na, kung ano mga hiraya.
Ako ko pakawalan sa katanungan. Anong pakiramdam? Anong pakiramdam?
Bakit ba nagkaganto? Ang daming tukso, bawat takpang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas, ba't ba, di ko galing tumakbo? Dito lang ako, kasalanan kong lahat ng to. Nangumpay sa paggusto.
okay, Cell? What? Devil Cell?
Keep going on two scenes. I'm all hands with two hands. Wag mo kong hamunin. Kaya mas ka susunugin. Yeah, I'm the bliss cause I'm the great, the best. Pessimist and y'all cannot contest. Graces don't examine, not the famous. Gospel, but this never ends.
Sorry, there's just so much going on.
Mga paa, kung di naman kaya, tumayong mag-isa. Ano hahawa ka ng pangarap, kung matutuwag ka lang sa pahamok? Eto na, kailangan mong maniwala. Paano mo bubakasan ang sinimula, mananatili kang walang alam sa pakiramdam? Bakit ba nagkaganto? Ang daming tukso.
Bawat hakbang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas
Ba't ba, di ko galing tumakbo? Dito lang ako, kasalanan kong lahat ng to. Nakumpay sa paggusto.
I love the song, by the way. The dance is really good too.
Ang lahat ay may dahilan. Huwag ka na, sige lang sa paghaba. Ano ba, higit ng sagad na, kung ito na ang wakasan. Walang simula. Ito na.
I'm just so involved. I'm so like enraptured by what's happening right now.
Bakit ba nagkaganto? Ang daming tukso, bawat hakbang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas, di ko galing tumakbo. Dito lang ako, kasalanan ko lahat ng to. Nangumpay sa paggusto.
Anong pakiramdam?
Okay, Ken.
Anong pakiramdam?
Anong pakiramdam?
Anong pakiramdam? Anong pakiramdam?
Nangumpay sa paggusto.
Anong pakiramdam? 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 Anong
Uh, I definitely have more questions. I was like, yeah, I have questions on the teaser, but now I'm gonna watch the music video and everything's gonna be answered. No, it's not. Lies. I have to say though, like, personally, how just from like first listen, and firstly, I loved the song. Like the beats were really, really good. I feel like I'm going to enjoy the whole choreo too. Just the bit I saw in the music video, I absolutely loved it. But I can't wait for them to do the dance practice, to be quite honest with you. Um, but just from like first listen, I don't know. I just like I kind of get the vibe that you know you guys have told me that like with the trilogy, like it's kind of been like a storyline of their journey from, pre-debut to debut, like up until now, you know what I mean? And like all of the struggles that they had to go through to get where they are, and even still facing backlash and hate even after debut, like just because you've debuted and you've made it doesn't necessarily mean that you've made it, you know what I mean? There's still like so many things that you have to face, right? And there's still a struggle to reach goals, you know what I mean? And I think at this point, damn, I think damn could mean many things, you know what I mean? Like a dam is to me when I first see dam, it's a dam, like what you put up to like block water, right? Like it blocks the natural flow of things. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. Who is messaging me on Discord right now? Um anyway, sorry, I got a notification on Discord. It blocks the natural flow of the water, right? Like that's what a dam is meant to do. But you can also think of it as like a curse, like to be damned, you know what I mean? Or, in that kind of context as well. Um I don't know if there's a particular meaning in Tagalog though. Like I don't know if that's like a Tagalog word and it has a different meaning. I'm not really positive on that, but I think they're kind of talking about like being in the public eye, being a public figure, being an idol is not rainbows and butterflies, you know what I mean? Like there comes a lot of temptation. There comes a lot of um you know, I think we've all kind of seen people change when they gain popularity and you know, they have a lot more recognition and everything kind of gets to their head, right? Like they're tempted by a lot of different things. They have access to a lot more things because they have more money, you know what I mean? And it's easy to get tempted in that way, right? And change your personality and your morals um and stuff like that. So like, I personally think that that's kind of like what they're talking about is like the temptations that come with being a public figure and being an idol or an artist, and how do you stay true to yourself, in times like that. I don't know, just on the surface, first listen, that is what the song kind of brings to mind. Um but I definitely think that it also goes a bit deeper than that. But I'm still kind of trying to like wrap my head around everything, like especially with Stell, I thought it was really interesting that he kind of he was a demon kind of that like locked himself up, not like himself, but like locked a version of himself or like locked the pure part of himself in a mirror. Um Again, like it's very fantasy coded, you know? And again, like another another reference to a fairy tale, you know, mirror mirror on the wall, being trapped in a mirror. So, I don't know, I just there's a lot of different references and it's super interesting. But and then I don't know, just trying to think of each member and how they had like their own struggle, you know what I mean? And then you could also kind of like see them in the crowd too, like kind of like where was that one part? I just found this super super interesting, like when they were like in the crowd, like kind of like whispering to people, kind of looked like they were trying to like goad them on, you know? I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting. What part was that, dude? I feel like there's also references to like past songs as well, like, you know, Gento, The Gold, but I don't know. What I can't remember what part that was where they're like, I don't know. But then, you know, at the end, it kind of seems like they sacrificed themselves for the people, for others, like they like turned to stone in order for this like tree to come back to life. I don't know, it's so interesting. Hmm, I don't know. Firstly, I'm gonna go read comments. Hold on, because I'm very curious. Of course, this was written by Pablo. Big surprise. Big surprise. His lyricism is always so, so interesting. Choreographer is Jay. Okay. Sorry, now I have to pay attention to like who all was involved in the. Okay. It's just like okay, here we go. A song that explores themes of frustration, emotional turmoil, for sure, and the overwhelming feeling of being trapped. Do reflects a sense of inner conflict and the difficulty of dealing with personal struggles. I totally agree. Totally agree. I definitely think that it was a focus on like negative emotions and trying to find the positivity within all of the negativity for sure. Um, but I also think that it was like a lot about like I definitely think it was on the emotional side, like just talking about like, you know, throughout life, I feel like throughout life there's always going to be multiple crossroads that we come across. You know what I mean? Like in our journey through life, there's a lot of crossroads that we're going to face and a lot of struggles that we're going to come across. And I mean, if you really think about it, like life is really a test. You know what I mean? Like it's a test of will you take the right path and do the right thing or you know, will you let temptation or will you let, you know, everything get to you and you take the path not really good? You know what I mean? Like it's not the best. Like it's kind of like the easy way out, you know what I mean? Um and it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like what how do I want to word this? trying to think of how I want to word this. It's kind of like you do like one little thing where like you take the fast road instead of, instead of like you take the easy way out one too many times, and then eventually it just completely destroys your character. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Um, I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's like I don't know how to describe it. Like first it starts out with like I don't know, maybe you were younger and you thought it would be funny to like stick gum in someone's hair, and that was like a bad decision that you made. And then like a few years later it escalates into I don't know. I can't think of examples. I don't know, just like it escalates into like something more major, and it just like keeps snowballing from there until eventually you get to a path of no return. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to get back onto like a more proper path of doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like say for example, like like the gum in the hair, and then years later, like you're in school and you cheat on a test, and then, it goes further than that still, and then further than that still, and like all of these little bad things that you've done have now turned you into like a less what's the word I want to look for? Less righteous person? Less I don't know. Like I always think that we have to be very conscientious of the decisions that we make, and sometimes I don't know, I'm just one of those people that's like, is there redemption? Sometimes I think yes, sometimes I think people do deserve a redemption arc, you know what I mean? And other times I feel like no. I feel like sometimes there is that line of you've reached the point of no return and there's no forgiveness, there's no coming back from that, you know what I mean? I think it depends on what exactly it is, but I definitely think that whenever we face like major struggles, sometimes it's really really hard to take the proper pathway, you know what I mean? And you just wanna take the easy way out. Um, and I get it, like, life is difficult sometimes, like, it's such a like this person said in their comment, inner conflict, right? I don't know, I definitely think that the song talks a lot about, like, your life journey and the different conflicts and struggles that you'll come across throughout your life, and how exactly are you going to handle those? But and the dam reference makes total sense in that regard. Like you're putting up a wall, right? You're putting up a wall so that your emotions and your feelings don't overflow and completely destroy you. So you're basically putting up a dam, right? That makes genius. Just just genius. I just Pablo's brain is just so I have no words. Like genuinely, I love every bit of this. Ugh. Okay, someone else put like a really good comment. SB19 turning into stone after giving all they've got for the tree to bear fruit symbolizes the selfless dedication and sacrifice. Um, I totally agree. I totally agree that I could like you could totally tell that they were sacrificing themselves at the end, for the tree to grow and like grow fruit. SB19 represents individuals in different walks of life who pour their heart, soul, and labor into their craft, their purpose, or their cause. They give everything they have, their energy, their time, their creativity, and perhaps even their sense of self to nurture something larger than themselves. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it also talks a lot about like strength, inner strength and fighting our way through all of those difficult challenges to reach our goals or, or things like that. The tree in this metaphor represents the foundation or the industry that they're a part of, and that requires care, attention, and nurturing. Interesting. The fruit represents a tangible reward of their efforts, the success, recognition, things like that. Interesting, interesting. I love reading people's like theories of the meaning, excuse me, of the meanings and stuff like that. I think it's really, really interesting. Like it's like one of those things where I'm like, I don't disagree with anything that I read. Like genuinely, I think that I think that 18 bring up some really good points and I can see where they're coming from and I can see like the interpretation that they have made. But it's also one of those things where it's like, I don't think you're wrong, but I don't think you're necessarily right either. I think there could be multiple right ways to think about it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Anyway, I find it, very interesting reading all the different theories. Yeah. I definitely think that this is also like a representation of their fight for P-pop and OPM in general and how, you know, I f- I feel like one huge thing that I've just always been hearing from SB19 themselves is their goal of trying to, put more emphasis on Filipino culture and, you know, Filipino music and getting more recognition, not just for themselves. They want recognition for OPM in general, for Filipino culture and music in general. That seems to really be a big goal of theirs. And you can definitely see that through the way that they have all of these Filipino artists that they help and that they feature on their songs and that they collab with. And you know what I mean? Like it's just such a big part of their story and their goal. And I think that they've made that very clear in my personal opinion. So I also think that, the song is kind of a representation of that as well. How they've not only put their blood, sweat, and tears into their own craft, but also into, making a name out of P-pop and OPM in general, for sure. Sorry, oh my gosh, words. I was gonna watch the music video again, but I don't know. I don't know if I have like anything else to really like talk about with the music video. I loved the song though. You know what? Let's watch it again. Like let's for shits and gigs, let's just watch it again. I'm already like late to bed anyway, so what's it matter at this point? Might as well just continue
Alam mo ang
to
pakiramdam.
stay up
Dati
and
lang,
watch this
payapa,
again.
malaya at puno ng pagmamahal ang lahat. Naglaho ng dahil sa makamundong kasakiman. Paano pa ba iingatan ang kahigudaan kung ang kapaligiran na ang kalaban? Paano ba hihigitan pa ang dulo ng kabutihan? At paano ba wawakasan ang isang bagay na hindi naman nagawang simulan? Ano bang pakiramdam?
This is ugly, but alam mo naman, dami like it. Then again, it's a micey. Kahit na ano pa yan, come bite me. Ba't siya ka nadudo pag may dumating na maitim na ulap ako kikiligin? tutok sa positibo ay baka lang praning. Kasi pag realidad ang harang agad nagising.
Anong pakiramdam? Pumanik sa walang hanggang hagpan. Di ba sa kadamdam ang katapusan ang lahat na isinimula? Ito, sa hindi po lahat tinipon. Kahit hindi ka nagtatigo. Dahil sa tisan Ikaw kung nang tamalasan ay nag-aabang.
Di tama sa aking mga mata ang mga bagay na hindi mo nakikita.
Ang kalubak yung pag ako'y nangarap. Kasikulan may di ba titina? Eto na, kung ano mga hiraya.
Ako ko pakawalan sa katanungan. Anong pakiramdam? Anong pakiramdam?
Bakit ba nagkaganto? Ang daming tukso. Bawat takpang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas, ba't ba ikaw?
I definitely think, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like what each member is going through. I think Josh is going through like his like greed, like a problem with greed, especially with like, you know, him being surrounded by gold. And um I think the gloves, there's something with the gloves. They're like, I don't know, hurting him or something. I think he's realizing like, oh, like my greed like really caught up to me and I, you know, I can't think of anything right now. Like he put on something that was too power for him and that was oh my god. I need to go to bed. He put on these gloves that were too powerful for him and now they've like messed him up and yeah, his greed like caused that, I think. Ken, I'm not really sure what's going on with Ken. He seems to be in his head, like, I don't know fully what's going on with Ken.
Pumanik sa walang hanggang hagpan. Di ba sa kadamdam
He's definitely dealing with something more internal, I think.
ang katapusan ang lahat na isinimula? Ito,
Identity crisis, maybe? Is that why he's like
ang katapusan ang lahat na isinimula? Ito, sa hindi po lahat tinipon. Kahit hindi ka nagtatigo. Dahil sa tisan Ikaw kung nang tamalasan ay nag-aabang.
Di tama sa aking mga mata.
and then Stell, as I mentioned before, I think he's dealing with like the dark side of him, just having the light side of him like trapped. I cannot think of words today. Yo.
Ang mga bagay na hindi mo nakikita.
Ang kalubak yung pag ako'y nangarap. Kasikulan may
And then Justin seems to be dealing with like, I don't know, seems to be dealing with like the downfall of the earth, like the forest and nature and stuff.
Eto na, kung ano mga hiraya.
Like he's focused on that tree, I guess.
Katanungan. Anong pakiramdam? Anong pakiramdam?
Bakit ba nagkaganto?
Pablo, I don't know what's going on with him.
Bawat takpang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas, ba't ba ikaw galing tumakbo? Dito lang ako, kasalanan kong lahat ng to. Nangumpay sa paggusto.
He don't know two scenes. I'm all hands with two hands. Wag nyo kong hamunin. Kaya magkasusunod. Yeah, that's the
Okay, so it was Stell. It was Stell that was like talking to the townspeople or whatever. Okay.
two scenes. I'm all hands with two hands. Wag nyo kong hamunin. Kaya magkasusunod. Yeah, that's the bliss. Cause I'm the great, the best. Pessimist and y'all cannot contest. Graces don't examine, not the famous. Gospel, but this never ends.
Nasaan ba yung mga paa? Kung di naman kaya tumayong mag-isa.
Ano hahawa ka ng pangarap kung matutuwag ka lang sa baha mo?
Eto na,
Kailangan mong maniwala.
paano mo bumakas sa labis sinimula? Mananatili kang walang alam sa pakiramdam.
Bakit ba nagkaganto? Ang daming tukso.
Bawat hakbang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas
Ba't ba ikaw galing tumakbo? Dito lang ako, kasalanan kong lahat ng
Can I just say that like Stella sounds freaking amazing, by the way?
Bakit ba nagkaganto? Ang daming tukso, bawat hakbang laging may gulo. Pagkamalas, yaw! Di ko galit tumakbo, dito lang ako. Kasalanan ko lahat ng to, nakumpay sa paggusto. Anong pakiramdam?
I just Ken kills me at this part though, I'm not gonna lie.
Anong pakiramdam? Anong pakiramdam? Anong pakiramdam? Nakumpay sa paggusto.
Yeah, it was really good. I really like the song a lot, genuinely. Like not just being like so involved in the music video, like the music video and how it's filmed, like cinematography is just absolutely amazing. Like the editing is just so good. Um the song itself though, like I really like Stell sounds freaking amazing. I love when Ken comes in that one part with his deep voice. It's really good. Um but yeah, I think in general like just a really good song. Which like I knew I knew it was going to be a good song. Like I said this in my reaction that's going to be out on Saturday, but genuinely I think SB19 has such like a no skip discography 100%. Like it's their discography is just so good. Like I definitely I definitely have my moments where some songs need to grow on me. I don't immediately love every single song I listen to, but when it comes to SB19, I have to say I don't think there's been like one song where I'm like, I don't know about this one." You know what I mean? Like I really don't think I've had that. Um, but yeah, that was really, really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I loved the whole vibe. I loved the concept, everything about it. I'm excited for like the whole album, you know what I mean? But yeah. All right, guys. Well, it is now midnight and I need to go to bed. I need to work tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction and my interpretations, my like initial like thoughts on the song and the lyrics and the music video and stuff like that. As always, I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on the concept, like your theory. I love reading theories, genuinely, I really do. So if you have any of those, I'm absolutely happy to read them. And also just your thoughts on the song, like genuinely, like what did you think of the song? Um, I'm excited. This was my first comeback with SB18 and it was really fun. Like I think they had a really good like prep for the comeback. Like the concept photo releases, I was looking forward to that like every single day. The I love that they did a live, like I did find it a bit weird that they released the song before the music video, and that it came out at different times, so, like, people in the Philippines were listening to it way before, like, it was available for me here in the US. I didn't listen to it or anything, but, um, I found that part interesting. Usually, like, you just release everything like all at the same time, like the audio, the music video, like so that part I found a bit interesting, but other than that, like I genuinely enjoyed everything about this and I'm excited for the whole album. Excuse me. I'm excited for the whole album to come out. But yeah. All right guys. That is it for me. I hope you guys enjoy this reaction and I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, be yourselves, and have a good day. Bye, guys.